bought this $250,000 car in China. Let's see what it can do. Sue! The car even does the suey! Chat, the car can even dance by itself. Look. Oh, damn.
Do you guys remember when I was talking about this car over and over again? When I was like, I want this vehicle so bad. I love Speed, and I'm so glad that he turned out the way that he did, as opposed to the much different way, the much different attitude that he could have demonstrated. I'm so jealous still, though. I'm very happy for him, but I'm also incredibly jealous. Okay, his China trip is literally like, it's something that I dream of. And then I wake up in cold sweats knowing that I have to live in reality where I have not done it. You will never get it. You will never experience it, and you don't deserve it. Okay, Top G. What's stopping you from doing a China trip? Fucking work, man. Work. Look at this. It's difficult to arrange. I like how everybody goes, oh, man, why don't you just hop on and go there? Speed does not stream every single day, okay? When he travels, he does, but there's plenty of background. There's plenty of background and plenty of work that takes place off camera. He also has to make content. He has to do this kind of stuff and not consistently cover the news. You say this like you weren't streaming in Japan. No, I will. I will eventually do that. I'm working on it. I promise you, I'm working on it. Okay. I'm very, very, very happy that he's doing this, though, because I feel like this puts a dent in the endless faucet of misinformation about China for an entire generation. Like, this is unshakable. Like, showing the truth, showing how cool China is, that it's not just like some backwater peasant land where the fucking buildings are built with tofu and whatever, is insane for the rest of the world, and especially Americans, to see. It's really good. It's a really good thing. If this wasn't incredibly important, I don't think that the State Department would be spending billions of dollars over the course of multiple decades showing the exact opposite.
Right, left. This car can even turn by itself. Look, it can turn by itself. Hell no. It can turn by itself. I'm not even pressing nothing. Oh, did it just jump? Oh, hell no. The hell? Chad, hell no. Chad, these cars in China crazy, bro.
And he visited Cyberpunk City, Chongqing in China as well. China EV cars last like a year tops. Okay, bud. Everyone hates their life and has no freedom. The West literally described perfectly. Compared to that, kids seeing China are like seeing actual economic freedom, prosperity, and people with happy lives were cooked. Yeah. I see the jealousy in your eyes. I am. I'm envious. I am. He's living my dream. But also, it couldn't have happened to a better person. You know what I mean? He is the perfect vessel to deliver this message to an audience. He's apolitical. You know what I mean? He doesn't read as a political person. He's pro-Palestine across the board. It's just great. It's wonderful. I go there, I get an endless sea of attacks being like, oh, he's doing promotional propaganda for China. Promotional propaganda for China. He's getting paid by the CCP. Chi-coms are paying him, that kind of thing. But because IShowSpeed is so popular, and so outside of the sphere of politics that he gets to show it. He gets to show China in this unfiltered lens in ways that people can consume and appreciate.
Oh,
maybe it's all the singing Red Sun in the Sky thing, my dude. Wait, what? He's done that too. What are you talking about?
my God. China is crazy, yo. Look at this fucking city. God damn. Like, how do you even build something like that? Kinda low-key in the future, bro. If y'all think about it. Low-key in the future.
Is China in the future or is everywhere else just in the past?
Damn! Is China in the future or is everywhere else in the past? Damn!
I don't know. Cause I never been to a fucking country where they have like stuff like this. Like, let's be real. Get this shit. Bro, I'm not gonna cap. There's no other city like this.
Yeah, I mean, it's cyberpunk. It literally is cyberpunk. IShowSpeed went 100 meters underground in China only to end up on top of a skyscraper. How the fuck did y'all even make this? Speed was shocked. The stream really shows how underdeveloped the West looks compared to China.
This is the ground floor, right?
Right?
Turn around. Take a look.
What the fuck?
I keep telling everyone, if we had a society of slave labor wages, we too could have amazing growth and development. Yeah, except America did have that, you fucking idiot. What are you talking about? What do you think chattel slavery was? And we still do. We still have slavery in our prison system. What are you talking about? We still have hyper exploitation in the form of undocumented migrants constantly coming to the country. No, it's not a matter. It is not a fucking matter of slave labor. It's a matter of central planning. That's it. It's about distributing the bounties rather than keeping it in the hands of a select few group of elites. That's what it is. These guys are so fucking stupid. China was able to do this without enslaving people. Okay? Without colonizing Africa. They did this without colonizing Africa. Same with the USSR. People constantly talk about the horrifying work conditions of the USSR or the famines of the USSR. And same with fucking China. And they don't realize that collectivization happening like that inside of a country, a massive country like that, especially in comparison to their prior material conditions before revolutions, in comparison to where they were before the USSR was developed. And then Tibet, bro. Dude, you cannot compare Tibet to fucking Africa and chattel slavery. Are you out of your fucking mind? Please open one history book. Please, I beg you. I fucking beg of you to understand. Same with the USSR. Same with the fucking USSR. What are you saying? Words have to mean things, dude. You can't just fucking be like, nope, well, what about Tibet? You can't just like fucking make these comparisons. What are you talking about? Oh. Tibet under previous Chinese leadership, under the nationalists, and even prior to that, always had a special autonomous status where they did have fucking slavery, okay? That is before Mao. Tibet did have slavery before Mao. It's the exact opposite argument to make. It's so fucking stupid. Talking about like the cultural erosion of Tibet and Tibetan culture aside, okay, because you can make a valid argument there. You can't make this comparison to fucking American and Western colonialist expansion in Africa and chattel slavery specifically. It took 400 years and chattel slavery and endless colonies for the West to develop to the degree that they did, in comparison to the USSR and China that did it in a much shorter period of time with much less, without fucking actually, enslaving people. What the fuck? These are not even remotely comparable instances. Fuck me. Holy shit. Doesn't justify the wrong they've done. You can't just compare to the West and be like, the West was way worse. There's real issues with how China's Silk Road Initiative is working. I'm not saying China is bad for the record. I'm just saying it's okay to point out when they have massive issues. Okay, talk about what do you mean with respect to the Belt and Road Initiative, the Silk Road Initiative. What are the issues? Talk about that. Like, be specific. Be very specific about what you mean. Oh. The USSR was at war from literally 1914 to 1922, and then again from 1939 to 1945. In that same time, their literacy rate almost doubled from 40 to 80%. Then they went on to challenge a global superpower after losing 20% of their population to put the first person into space. Exactly. They went from fucking agrarian backwater potato farmers to out-competing the American government to the fucking space race to get to space before them. Yuri Gagarin. Like, that's not, that is insane. That is an insane development for humanity, okay? Let's be serious. You don't have to be a fucking USSR Glazer or love Stalin to put some respect on that. If you were honest about it, you would recognize that for what it is. We were not backwater potato farmers. Okay, dude. Yeah, no. Russian Empire. Yeah, Gagarin, not Gagarin. I know. Yuri Gagarin. This picture really just illustrates the development of China over the last 5 decades, and now it's in one person's lifetime. Yeah. That's the same dude? That's crazy. To be honest, you undermine the oppression Uyghurs undergo in Xinjiang. I'm not even trying to defend the West here or brush over China's development. No, I don't do that. I don't do that at all. It's just that anytime I say China, Uyghur, Xinjiang, China developed Uyghur, Xinjiang, I have to Uyghur, Xinjiang, mention Uyghur, Xinjiang every time I talk about China, Uyghur, Xinjiang. If I don't do that, then Americans go, what the fuck are you doing? I've never heard what you had to say, so you must love that shit. I don't. And I never have defended that practice at all, which is really weird. Because when I talk about, like, I don't know, the Wisconsin fucking Supreme Court race, I don't have to go, Wisconsin, America, chattel slavery, indigenous genocide, Supreme Court race, American chattel slavery, indigenous genocide was a glaringly obvious victory. American chattel slavery, indigenous genocide, American constant third world exploitation, Iraq war, unjustifiable war on terror, $6 trillion, $7 trillion, millions of Iraqis dead, was a handy defeat to Elon Musk. Do you see what I mean? Your expectation is I have to constantly slam that into every fucking conversation. Otherwise, I'm not sufficiently objective for you, for your taste. It's like I literally need to, like, when I talk about America or things that America does that's good, like due process, for example, I don't have to always talk about the metric ton of awful shit that takes place in modern American society and fucking what has happened historically in American development. Do you understand? I can have a normal conversation. But your expectation, or many people's liberal preconditioning on this matter, is you have to literally say China Anytime you say China, you have to say Uyghur Xinjiang. Uyghur Xinjiang re-education camps. Uyghur Xinjiang re-education camps. China, Uyghur Xinjiang re-education camps was able to Uyghur Xinjiang re-education camps develop Uyghur Xinjiang re-education camps, high-speed rail, Uyghur Xinjiang re-education camps. That's how you want me to cover the story. What the fuck? Yeah. Can't talk about Palestine and Palestinian development without constantly going, I condemn Hamas, 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 I condemn Hamas. Was that sufficiently accurate reporting for your liberal taste? Do I have to do that every time? Anyway, yeah. Henry Kissinger, NSA mass surveillance, Kent State, Church of Scientology, David Miscavige, Occupy Wall Street, May 4th, 1970, Massacre, May 13th, 1985, Move Bombing, Red Summer, 1919, House Un-American Activities Committee, Trail of Tears, Jim Crow, Segregation, Human Rights, United Safety, High-Speed Rail. All to just fucking say, I like due process in America, or I like the First Amendment in America. I have to say all of these things before I get there. If your expectation is not for me to do that, then it shouldn't be to constantly fucking slam Uyghur Xinjiang every single time like I'm doing a fucking land acknowledgement. Jesus Christ. And this is precisely why I said IShowSpeed is the perfect person to showcase something that most Western media never shows. Just average tier 1 city existence in China. Okay? That's why I said he's the perfect person to do it, not me. Because if I were to do it, they would be like, Uyghur Xinjiang re-education camps, Tibet, Taiwan, Chinese invasion of Vietnam, Chinese support for Khmer Rouge. Like, that would literally be, they would be just like fucking, Tiananmen Square. They'd be vomiting in the fucking chat. Oh my God, I just realized it's literally Maoist standard English, but for libs. Yeah, it is. Liberals have their own Maoist standard English version, which is Uyghur Xinjiang, Tibet, Taiwan, Tiananmen Square, Khmer Rouge. Ironic, you can also say USA support for Khmer Rouge as well, but there's an out-of-context clip that makes it look like you're downplaying the severity of the Chinese re-education camps. That's probably what they're referring to. Oh my God, another out-of-context clip about a complex issue that I have actually fucking never entertained the morality of in a positive way. Wow. Oh, shocking. Color me surprised. There's clips that I'm willing to bet that there are at least not one, if not two different clips on like Ethan Klein's subreddit right now as we fucking stand that shows something directly out of context, either calling me fucking transphobic or calling me fucking pro-Russia, calling me fucking pro re-education of Uyghurs or some shit like that. There are entire liberal subreddits dedicated to doing that on a daily fucking basis with the hopes that like they will be able to undermine everything that I say and do, not realizing that they're just opening up the fucking floodgates for people like Asmongold to pop off as political commentators, because every moment that those liberals are not pouring through shit that Asmongold is saying without having to clip him out of context, as a matter of fact, is a moment where people are just like, well, maybe this guy's actually pretty smart. I don't know what his thoughts are on anything.
And chat, y'all know a funny story, and I'm not even capping. Every city in China looks exactly like this. Every city. Like chat, not even the big ones look exactly like this. Like real a thumbnail, we need a thumbnail. Right here. This is Chongqing Cyberpunk City in China. Let's go.
Switch.
Let's get that shot, baby.
Switch.
Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Look at this city! Oh my God! Yo, it looks nuts!
Tell them to come.
Oh my God! This is China.
Come to the car. Come to the car.
This is Chongqing, baby. Oh my God. Do y'all see me waving? Oh my goodness. This is Chongqing right here. Oh my God. Yo, this is crazy. It's not tracking though.
They track it?
Nah, not the
Get close,
car.
Tina, get close.
Oh my God. This looks crazy, bro. Battery back. A little quick one.
All right. Taylor.
Oh my God, this city
switch
looks
to us real
crazy.
quick.
God damn.
We on us?
Yeah, it's coming. Wait, it's coming to us.
It's just crazy to think that like it's crazy to act like this is not insanely impressive. You know what I mean? Like shit that was considered a ghost city and dunked on and made fun of by Western media in perpetuity now is like a city that puts many Western capitals to shame.
It's coming to us. I don't know which side it is.
Pete, Tony, you got a friend behind you.
No, do it now while we're on here. Do it now.
What the?
No, we switched. We're on here.
Huh? This is the cyber city of Chongqing, China. 3, 2, 1. This is Chongqing, baby. Let's go. Come on. This is Chongqing. Beautiful. This is it. W's in the chat. Shot.
Okay, it's just drone shots? What the fuck?
All right. Oh my God. Holy shit. This is Cyber City Chongqing. Cyber City Chongqing. All right, y'all. I'm ending my stream in 5 minutes, though, y'all.
This is Chongqing 30 years ago versus today. Americans couldn't understand. Like that, dude. 30 years, dude. Come on. Come on, dude. The saddest part about this is that with the exception of like some major American metropolitans, you could literally do this in reverse with most American areas of industry. If you did a 30-year snapshot of like Gary, Indiana or Detroit, you would see the reverse effect of this. I wonder what happened. The major difference here is not like America was not unimaginably wealthy or grew its wealth in the past 30 years. They did. They kept growing their wealth. America just kept growing its wealth and did not actually redistribute it back to its citizens. That's the difference. China, on the other hand, took the wealth, toiled away endlessly, and then engaged in central planning and even development, rapid urbanization. That's the difference. That's the difference. Because this kind of wealth transfer has taken place in many countries. India is another example of this. But the reason why you can't make this exact same comparison with India is because India versus China, when you look at it, were both subjected to colonial exploit. But one was developed by a consistent ideologically minded socialist movement that, to a certain degree, even though there were ups and downs, maintained that long-term interest in genuinely improving the material conditions of as many of its population as possible through central planning, versus India is neoliberal. That's it. Also, of course, China was not. Yes, you're right. To be fair, China was not subject to the same kind of exploitation. Is correct. That is also, you're not wrong about that.